Taylor Porter after the win.
Really good start to Conference USA play. I thought we were really gritty tonight, and that's something that, quite frankly, we hadn't probably put together for 40 minutes. But that's a good basketball team. They're 9-4 now, but they were 9-3, and they're not 9-3 playing a soft schedule. I mean, I said in the radio afterwards. I mean, they beat Tulane at Tulane. That's a heck of a win. And they have others like that. So, I think to do what we did to them in terms of defensively, I think we had the right idea about how to do it. And then, you can always have the right idea from a coaching perspective. It's all about how they go do it. And, these numbers say they went and did it, And we just made it hard on them. I don't think they ever had really an easy look. And, when you go on the road in basketball, and, just everything is tough. Eventually you can get it done. And, I kind of thought that's what we did. It's certainly not perfect when you look across here, but it rarely ever is. And super proud of them. I thought we played really well together as a team. I thought I saw much more of that as far as, the grit and togetherness it takes to have some good things happen and stay centered, have some bad things happen and level off. I thought we saw that much more consistently tonight. And, that's a great win. It's a great way to start. And, these two who've been through it a lot understand that we're going to smile for about, 12 more hours, and then it's going to be, trying to figure out a way to play a really good Charlotte team.
Shayna, for you, I know that, game's over, you finally exhale. Did it seem like, though, during the game there was no exhaling? It was, stay on it till the final whistle?
Yeah, even like when I picked up my 2 fouls and I went over and sat on the bench, I was frustrated at first because, I don't have a foul, so when I foul, I get mad. But I had confidence in my teammates that they were going to get it done in just 4 minutes, finish out the half. Yeah, and also when Old Dominion went into their press, we kind of panicked a little bit, but then Coach called, or maybe it was ODU that called the timeout, so it helped us. Coach settled us down, said, just settle down, stay calm. Calm is what's going to get it done, and we got it done.
TPO, what's the sense like? I know that, the game was sort of back and forth. They cut to 6 a couple times, but it just seemed like it was the little things, the stuff we talked about after non-conference games that weren't getting done that finally got it done tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we tried to focus on tonight, was the little things, and that's ended up what got it done, honestly.
And we mentioned the little things, and I don't mean to go into it, but Tana comes in and has a couple of just massive defensive plays. Just she knows her limitations with her size, but she beats people to spots and makes life kind of difficult on them.
That charge was huge. I mean, that was a huge play. And, she did a nice job of, being pretty steady on the offensive end too. And, but you're right. I mean, if they were in there, they helped us, And I think if they weren't in there, they were helping us. And, but that was our most complete performance. We weren't great on offense, but there's a reason. I mean, that's a good basketball team. That's an athletic basketball team. And that's been something that we've struggled to handle. And I'm sure we weren't perfect. I'll go kind of watch that as well. But at the same time, we were a lot more calm. We didn't press. I thought Shayna was really good at that tonight. She was a lot more, not emotional. She was just steady. That the 3 ball she hit from the corner, that was a big shot. So just really happy with how we started. Glad we got after them early, and then we played well enough when I knew they were a good team and they were going to counter. We played well enough to make sure that we got out of here happy.
You look at some of the plays in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, even in the win the other night, the fourth quarter sort of, the energy level dipped off. And I think on the drive after you got the steal, I think it was Kia that came in and got the backside board and kicked to you for the 3. And then Kadeja doesn't get an offensive rebound, but she puts pressure on, gets a steal, goes to the line. Like those little things Tana's play. Is that just an experience thing, or is what really contributes to those things get done late in games and putting pressure on them?
I think play with heart, honestly. It all comes down to whether you want it bad enough.
I think that also what has to do with it is coaches really been honest about playing hard, especially now that we don't have Ashley, but we still have an inside presence. But, you know, Ashley is a big contributor to our team, so now it just makes us want to play 10 times harder. He's asking more out of me and TP or the guards in this situation just to be grittier, and that's what's going to get it done.
Coach, you force 23 turnovers, but you turn them into 25 points. Has that been something you guys have been pretty good about forcing turnovers, but haven't always cashed those in?
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you, they turned it over a little bit more than I thought they would. You know, our game plan was more to try to make them take a tough shot and give them a miss and then rebound. And, you know, but I thought we were really aggressive the right way. You know, you can't slap. We didn't slap. We went after the ball. We ripped the ball, you know, and there was always a body. They would take off and go, and there was always somebody there, you know, to force some travels and things like that. So, you know, I'm definitely happy with that number, and that helps us get it done.
And on the other side, your kids shared the ball so well. I mean, 14 assists on 19 baskets. You can't ask much more than that. That's obviously a team looking for the open shot.
That's right, and basically every one of our wins looks that way. Be it, you know, 22 assists and 29 shots, or, you know, on a night like tonight where their defense is pretty good too. You know, we get 19 baskets with 14 of them come off passes. You know, I tell them, and I say it in here a lot, when we're at our best, it is hard for them to really key on what's about to get them, you know. And I think we had pretty balanced scoring again tonight. You know, and yet I think we can play a little bit better on offense too. You know, I think we can do what we did on defense, and I think we can play a little bit better on offense too.
That first half, is that as clean of a first half on both ends as what you all have had in your tenure? I think they had 1 assist and 15 turnovers, and you all only had 4.
That is, I know that's the best team we've beaten this year, you know, and that's not close probably. I mean, no disrespect to anybody else, I'd have to really think about it. That's a really good win, you know. I'm proud of them. They have beaten a lot of people this year, and you know, so yeah, I mean, they had 13 points. Conference USA team had 13 points. More turnovers than points, I guess. I think they had 15. And you know, but when you're watching it, I'm keyed up about the 13 they got, kind of, to be honest with you. But when you look at the whole of it, I mean, you know, if we keep people under 50, we got a great chance to be pretty good. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be harder, but.
Is that a point of pride you talk about, though, that their lowest point total this year have been 58 against the number 13 team in the nation, NC State, and you guys held them way below that.
Yeah, you know, I don't know that I hit them with a lot of things this week about, like, you know, it is new, and then I did hit them with some stuff. One of the things I hit them with is our defensive field goal percentage is pretty good, you know, and I think sometimes they have it in their mind. You know, I think sometimes she has in her mind that she's an offensive player. Sometimes she's got it in her mind that she's only an offensive player. And when they will buckle down and be solid in the scheme, they can guard, you know. Nobody's really shot a high percentage on us. They shot 31% tonight, you know. And I believe Bowling Green did. Bowling Green lit us up, you know, from every spot on the floor, 55%. But I went through everyone else's number on defensive field goal percentage, and when we want to be, we can guard, you know, we can guard.
The communication factor in guarding the basketball, especially with Ashley out, how much more important did that seem? Because I don't know whether it was my vantage point, you know, moving from midcourt to up, you know, where we were, but I could audibly hear the communication going on in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I've really challenged them on that this week. Like, we're typically pretty good in the first half because I'm standing down there getting after them. And then on the other end of the floor, we're kind of on an island. And I really got after them this week about, you know, you got to engage. You know, you got to get each other together. You got to get on the same page. and you got to fight like crazy. And we were noticeably better in the second half. It's usually harder to hold people down in the second half, everybody. I mean, we scored a little bit more in the second half. They're away from their coaches on defense. You know, that's typical. But we were better. We were better. We were way more locked in. Way more locked in.
Girls, for you all, I want to say it was about 5.5, 6 minutes left. I don't know if they went to the monitor or maybe that's when Pearson went down for a second, but you all huddled up and you all are standing in his vicinity but still on the court. What were you all saying to each other during that lull? Because I think they had cut it about 6 or 7. You smile like it's something I don't want to know.
No, nothing bad.
We really just talk about how we need to stay together as a team. That's what's going to get it done. We have to communicate. Usually what coach tells us in practice is what's going to get it done. I said we both said, I think we both said at the same time, we were like, we need to stay calm, we need to box out and rebound, and everything's going to be all right. And when they press, just take care of the ball. And then we checked on Taylor.
That's pretty
Got
much
anything
it.
to say?
Got nothing else?
Nope.
That never happens, by the way.
No.
But that needs to continue. You know, that needs to continue. And sometimes, and you know, her and I had a little moment tonight. And that was one of the things I said was you got to let other people talk to you too, because we're just all together. And she was great about that tonight. Our team we were just much more in sync. You know, we have had spurts that we were in sync. We have not had the ups and downs that stay with it. You know, and that's why we've lost some of these games. We didn't stay level head. I mean, basketball is there's so many things that go on. I mean, it's just, and if your emotions do that, you know, it's hard to be you got to be steady. And we were tough and steady, you know.
Your energy at the end picked up again. Maybe it dropped off a little bit in the middle of the second half, but then in the closing 3 or 4 minutes, that energy level went back up. Is that the feeling that you had?
I thought so, and I thought that was them. You know, that I've really been, and I've said that, I'm going back to what I said this week. Like, go ahead. I mean, there's times out there you guys have to decide what's going to happen. You know, I stand over there and clap, but I can't get in the stands. And I can't be the one that talks about how we guard the ball. And I can't be the one that boxes out. I wanted to box out. I assure you, you know, that I don't tell them, hey, sometimes just wander around and the ball will end up in your hands. You know, I mean, I scream box out all day, every day. And the bottom line is they got to get in there and get it done. And, you know, I didn't tell them anything at halftime. I said, you guys figure out how to go finish this game. You know, I wrote 2 things on the board, but what would we change? I mean, it was 27-13. Get yourself ready to go compete. You know, I can't, there's no big schematical things to change. They have 13 points. You know, it's going to come down to guts. And by golly, we found some guts.
Is that what it takes for the short turnaround too?
Yeah.
Got it out.
Yep. Yeah, we gotta work on some things tomorrow. We gotta be smart about how we work. But you know, we do get to sleep in our own bed tonight. That helps. You know, but we'll put the game plan in. We'll have 2 times to go over it, and then it's gonna come down to guts again. You know, but that's what basketball usually is. That's what every sport usually is. Honestly, is, you know, when the ball's down there. Are they going to get it or us? You know.
For you all, I know that they put pressure on late in the game, late third quarter, early fourth, but having Princess be able to bring the ball up, and how much did that take pressure off you two? Simply, it almost reminded me of Ideen last year whenever, you know, teams would try and press the men's team and having a bigger player be able to use their size to their advantage to bring the ball up the court.
Yeah, I will answer that. Or you want them to answer that?
Either one.
Go ahead, you answer it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it does take pressure off of us. I mean, there were times that we were all turning over the ball, we were throwing it around. But when we got our head, when we calmed down and figured out, hey, it's just a press, we can do this, it's okay, then it takes a lot of pressure off everybody.
Well, I remember telling them the free throw, like, you know, we've not really had any problems with the press all year, so let's just not start now. and just calm down. And like you mentioned Princess, I think Princess has really stepped up and helped us big time in the last few games. I think she needs to keep bringing it like that.
Princess was really good today. She had her best game.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get it done without her, you know. We have a lot of kind of that position that can play that little trail role. I think Taylor's pretty good at it. Kadesha's pretty good at it. You know, Kadesha's her versatility just helps us so much with the injury thing that just happened. I mean, that happened 24 hours ago. You know, so take a player and move her to a different position, and she's really sharp. So I can still run all the plays that we just ran. You know, she just slides over to a different spot, and boom, she's off and going. And you know, so that really helps. I thought Lorelai was good tonight. You know, I thought she had kind of come back a little bit. In her development, she's really going to have a chance to develop now, and we need her to come on. You know, we really need her to come on, and I'm excited to go back to work tomorrow. We've got a very good team coming in on Saturday, who I think was 8-3 going into tonight's game at Western, which we all know how tough a place that is to play. So I'm not sure what's going on with them, but I know it's another, you know, win or lose for them down there. It's another great team and a big challenge coming for us on Saturday.
These positives that you talked about, could you put an umbrella term that covers all of those, maturity or maturing at the ball club?
You know, yes is the answer to that. And then I'm going to throw consistency right back in that. You know, I mean, once doesn't make it maturity. You know, now we have to prove. We just figured out how to be a better basketball team. Now, can we do that consistently? You know, can we do it consistently? Then maturity. That's what that is. You know, does that make sense? We certainly were more mature tonight, but we can't backslide with our focus and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you.